Hello, it's Precious. Winter is here. Let's see if I'll survive this season.
Are you ready to tackle the third quarter of the year? Things are a bit different this month, but I guess the routine kind of still stays the same, right? So you still do things in the same way, but even though things are slightly a bit different. But anyway, I'm gonna explain all of that a bit later. So without me wasting any time, I'm just gonna hard launch the grocery haul because I feel like if I don't do it right now, I'm just gonna go to bed because I'm feeling slightly a bit sick-ish, but I still wanted to show up and pull through for this month's video.
So we have two of the Ellis Brown powdered milk, and then we have macaroni, and then there's lemons and bananas which I've already eaten, and then there's rice, there's juice. I actually bought two of the juice, and then flour, and then dishwashing liquid, Colgate, and two of these New Wave soap, cooking oil, and then Nutrifig, and then beans and tea bags, yeast, eggs.
And also I feel like there's a few stuff that I forgot because I put them in a different place, which is I bought margarine, and I also bought maize meal, and then I bought what is this again? I bought tissues, I bought chicken too, and then I think we also have like coffee. Yeah, and there's other stuff that I got too, but then I'm gonna explain everything properly a bit later. So a week ago, I was having a conversation with my mom and I was telling her how I'm struggling to do my laundry and it's just too much for me. And at this point, it's like I don't have anything to wear. Like the only time I'll have something to wear is if my boyfriend washes like a few of my clothes when he washes his clothes. And honestly, I've been struggling to do my laundry because it's been cold, and when it's cold, I don't want to touch anything. I don't want anything that has to do with cold stuff, and especially having to do laundry by hand, it's a lot. And my mom decided that she's gonna come and fetch me so that I can do laundry at home. So that's what happened. So we just decided on a whim that okay, fine, I'm going home so that I can do my laundry on the washing machine. Then cool, I had to pack my stuff and pack all the laundry and go home, and so that I can do my laundry. So that's why I ended up having to do like my grocery shopping and everything at home, because like it was right about the same time that I do my laundry. So instead of coming back home and then having to go do laundry and then not laundry instead of coming back to where I live, which is also still home, and go buy groceries, like that was just unnecessary. So yeah, I decided to go home and I did all of my laundry, and it was the best decision ever because it made me realize that, you know, sometimes just accept the assistance, right? Because I really needed help with my laundry. It was a lot. And there were even some outfits that I even forgot about, and I'm sure like it's even quite evident even in my videos that I've been wearing like the same clothes, right? But in some way, like I feel like I'm like that, right? I have my comfort clothes, right? I have clothes that I would wear over and over and over and over again because like the material is very comfortable for me. So there's a lot of clothes that I don't wear, and if I feel comfortable in wearing something, I'm gonna wear it over and over again, even if it means that I have to wash it and then wear it again. Like that's how I am. But in some way, there's certain clothes that were very comfortable for me, which I even forgot about. So yeah, right now I have clothes to wear, so that's why I had to go home so that I can do my laundry. And meanwhile I was at home, I also decided to go buy some yarn, and yeah, which I'm going to show you guys just now. And then also another thing, I decided to get some of my stuff which I'm going to need for my DIYs, yeah, from home. So let me show you guys the yarn. So I haven't bought yarn in like, I think the last time I bought yarn it was last year. So this year I haven't bought any yarn whatsoever, so I needed to add to the yarn that I have. Like for me, I don't buy yarn each and every single month or each and every single time, but what I do is that the moment I start to see that okay, my yarn stash is slowly depleting, I add on like 2 or 3 colors to my yarn stash, and that helps a lot. That's why I always have yarn. Like don't wait until you don't have anything. Like when you run out of everything, then that's when you want to go buy yarn. Like I don't know if anyone crochets, and I don't know if people crochet watch me, I don't know, but yeah, it's not about that, but just in general, that's how I operate. So fine, I had to go buy some yarn, and also there's this brand that I wanted to buy from because they had like there was a brand that I was using last year and I liked the yarn so much, and I made a lot of stuff with that yarn from that brand. So, and then it turns out they decided to rebrand the brand to like a different name. So I don't know if the quality is still the same or different. So that's one thing that I wanted to buy. I wanted to buy yarn from that brand, and yeah, this is the brand. This is what, yeah, I think it's knit. Yeah, it's knit spirit. Oh Lord. Knitspiration. Yeah, knitspiration. Yeah, so I bought this color. Wait, this color is so nice. Like, it's giving me like some sort of, how do I put it, like dark cottage core. Is there any dark cottage core? But like, yeah, there's just something nice about this color. Like, I like this color. I bought it because I liked it. And also, one thing about me, when I buy yarn, like when I buy yarn, right, I don't buy based on, oh, I have a project so I need a specific kind of color. No, I just go there without knowing what I want to buy, right? Unless I have like a specific brand that, oh, I always want to try out this brand. That's it. But when it comes to colors, I just buy whatever looks nice. Like, if I look at it, I'm like, oh, I love this color, I buy it. That's how I work. Or if like I like the texture of a specific yarn, I'm like, oh, I like this texture, then I buy it. Yeah. And then I also bought this color too. It's different from the first one that I showed you guys, as you guys can see. Yeah, but like, it's really nice. Like, I like this kind of green, and I feel like these are different shades of green in some way that I want to work with. I want to incorporate more green into the stuff that I make. Yeah. And then also I bought this color. I guess I feel like at this point I love this color because I already have it in another, oh, it's the same brand before it was rebranded. So we're gonna test if it's the same shade of color and if it's the same texture and quality. So this color, and this has to be a white, it's a lilac color. And then these ones are what, it's a khaki, and then this one is a sage green. Okay. And then also another color that I bought, as always, pink. Yeah, I think this is the candy floss. I also had this color before from the same brand, and then I almost ran out of it. But I love this color so much. It's a very nice color. And then one thing that I bought a zip. This is a very long zip. There was no point in me buying this long zip. What I needed is this. So my onesie, okay, the zip for my onesie, it's broken, right? And then I had a zip to replace it with, right? And then my boyfriend tried to fix it, and then he broke that zip, so we had to buy another zip. So I bought this. I don't know why did I buy this long one. I don't know for what reason. But yeah, that's that. And then the next thing that I bought is I bought this yarn. Like, I love the texture of this, and I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, this yarn in this light pink and also in this lilac color. Like, I just like the texture. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna make with that, but I wanted to try out, and I wanted to try it like different textures, right? Because I feel like I always buy the same kind of texture, so I want to add more to my stash. So that's what I do when I buy yarn. I don't have anything specific, okay, wait, in mind. I just buy, yeah, based on how I feel. And then another thing that I got these keychain thingies. So I had a DIY, right, that I wanted to make, and I'm like, oh, I don't have keychains. So now while I was there, I remembered the DIY. That's why I bought them. And then the last thing that I got, which I've been using for the past few days, is I bought this thread cutter. Like, I bought it because what happened is that for a while now, right, I have two scissors, and then one of my scissors is a problem. Like, it's been giving me problems, and the other scissor, I couldn't find it, so it was very blunt. So I would always hurt my fingers every time I tried to cut the yarn. So, and then I've been seeing this thing a lot on YouTube and TikTok, so I was like, okay, I need to invest into buying this thing at some point. But I thought it was expensive because I've never even searched for it. Like, I never googled it or anything. So when I got to the yarn store, and I was like, oh, and I saw this thing, and it was like, how much? I think it was 10 rand or something. Yeah, I think it was 10 rand or something. And then I decided to buy it. I'm like, okay, let me just buy this thing so that I can, you know, stop hurting my fingers trying to cut yarn with like blunt scissors. So that's why I bought this thing. Yeah, and everything, it was all in the budget. Like I decided, like I spent exactly 200 rands. Like I told myself that I'm going to spend only 200 rands, right? Because like for me, I love life on a budget. So like I told myself that, okay, let me just put aside in a 200 rands so that I can add onto my yarn stash. And imagine if you can do this, like if I was able to do this every month, or like I would do this, like I would, some months I would just go buy 2 or 3 yarns, you know, just to add. But because I buy my yarn when I'm at home, so I don't buy yarn every now and then. And also I feel like that's also a factor for me, is that I live, okay, where I live there is a yarn shop, right? But it's quite, I would have to take 2 taxis to get there. Is it 2 taxis or one taxi? I think it's 1 taxi, and then I'm gonna have to walk for like 30 minutes to get to the place, I think, based on Google Maps. But then because I've never been there and I have this fear of going to new places that I'm not familiar with, so I don't know, I haven't been there. But then, so that's why I choose to buy yarn when I go home. And also even when I go home, like if in order for me to get to the yarn store, right, I have to ask my mom to take me there, because if I go with a taxi, where the taxi will drop me, right, is at the taxi rank, and then I have to walk for like 20 minutes or so to the yarn store, which for me I feel like it's unsafe, like the distance from the taxi rank to the yarn store. Like it's I feel like it always feels unsafe. It's unsafe for me in some way. I don't know, other people, they do walk because they're used to the area, but for me, like I'm used to the area too, but then it's just not, it's not safe. Let's just put it like that. So if I have to walk to the yarn store, like my boyfriend usually goes with me. Like I don't go alone, or I just ask my mom to, like, you know, drop me off at the yarn store. Yeah, so that's how I do stuff. And then that's everything that I got. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I bought like 6 skeins of yarn, which is good. Yeah, and then right now I'm just gonna show you guys, I said that I wanted to show you the stuff that I took from home. Yeah, let me just do that now. Okay, so another thing that I decided to get from home for one of my DIYs, because I'm slowly transforming my space. Okay, but then at the moment my focus is on my craft room. So making any changes or any DIYs for the house, I've put them on hold, because I wanted to focus on my craft room. And then when I'm done with my craft room and I'm satisfied with what I have so far, I just want to get a few things done, and then I'll start doing some DIYs for the house. But there's something that I wanted to get, because I feel like if I don't get my stuff from home, the next thing, it's gonna be gone. I don't know, the next thing, I don't trust them. So one thing that I've always had, like as a teenager, right, I've always had this jewelry box, right? Is it a music jewelry box? Yeah, because like it has this thing, this ballerina thingy, right? And you can, like, okay, it's broken, right? But then there's like sound. Okay, let me show you guys. If I twist it like this, ugh. Yeah, so that's what it does. Like it spins around, and then there's that, you know, song playing. And yeah, but it's broken. Like I don't know, there was a part here that broke. That's what happened. But so I've had this like since I was a teenager. I remember when my mom bought me this thing, I really cried so much. I really wanted it. I liked it so much. So I decided to take it so that I can revamp it, because now it's, I don't know what happened here. When I left home, right, it was okay, it was in good condition, but now it's, but this is gonna be a future DIY. I'll fix it up, but not right now, probably in the next 3 months or 4 months, I don't know, when I have what I want for the house, because I want to have a very nice dresser, and I've been looking at dresses for a while now, which, okay, wait, I've been looking at dresses for a while now, but then what I'm looking for, I'm seeing it, but then the prices, I don't have the money. But anyway, and then the next thing that I took from home, it is, so in here, like, I've always had beads, right? These were my mom's beads, but then I've always kept them because I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do DIYs. I've had them since since high school. So like, I have beads in here, like there's just different colors of beads. Oh, okay, this is not, but as you guys can see, there's like beads in here, and some of them, they got spilled into the plastic. So with the beads, like, I'm gonna do some DIYs. Like, I've always wanted to try doing some beadwork and stuff. Like, yeah, I've always wanted to do that for the longest of time. So basically at this point, I'm just adding on to my hobbies. So that's why I have beads. I don't know what am I gonna make, but we'll figure it out, because I haven't done any research on like what kind of designs, what kind of stuff can you make with these smaller beads. So yeah, so I think I need to find some inspiration from Pinterest and just try to find stuff that are more of my vibe. That's everything that I got when I was at home. And then also the last thing on my update is that while I was at home, I decided to go to a salon and wash my hair. So fine. Another thing, that's something else that I needed assistance with, is that I needed to get my hair washed. I've been doing my hair by myself for a while, but most of the time I go to a salon when I'm at home. So most of the stuff that I'm comfortable with, like, they're in the Val. Salon in the Val, yarn store in the Val. So I like doing stuff in the Val. It's like, I don't know, I guess it's maybe it's because it's a place that I grew up, you get it, so I'm more familiar with the area because I grew up there. So I decided to go to a salon and just to wash my hair, because I've been washing my hair by myself and I felt like I've been struggling with detangling my hair. It's been a problem so much, because even when I was sitting there in the salon, the guy was really, he was really pulling my hair. It was no joke. So yeah, but I needed help to detangle my hair, and also I'm gonna try to maintain it so that it doesn't get, it doesn't get too frizzy as it was before. So that's another thing that I'm gonna do. But today I wanted to braid my hair so that it stays intact, right? But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that, because as I mentioned that I did my laundry at home, so meaning that I have a lot of laundry to fold. But then I folded almost more than half of the laundry, but then I just want to finish that today so that the bedroom looks a bit put together. Yeah. Are you ready to tackle the third quarter of the year? Like, we are halfway through the year, and I feel like this is most of the time this is the point where some people might feel like you haven't done much when it comes to your goals, or now this is the point where you just panic and you're so stressed that, oh, I haven't done this and that and that and that, I'm not even halfway through my goals, and now we in June and you haven't done much, and now you're panicking, and now you're rushing to do everything all at once, and then only to find yourself probably by the end of July you've already given up. By the time the year ends, you didn't even do anything. One thing that I've realized for the past 6 months, one thing that I learned for the past 6 months is that progress will not look like what you think progress actually is, right? And what I mean by that, it is, with me, I thought that in the second quarter of the year I'll be executing, doing more stuff, right? But the way I would be executing, right, it didn't turn out that way. My progress was more on the slower side, right? All I can say is that all the effort that I put in the last 3 months, it's basically kind of intrinsic, like it's internal, right? If you look at it from the outside, right, it would look like, oh, I haven't done anything much, oh no, she's not doing anything. But in actual fact, I've done a lot of groundwork. I've created a very solid foundation for my goals, for the things that I want to achieve, like for the life that I want to live, right? That's one thing that I've done in the past 3 months, and it was very frustrating for me because I thought that that was the point of the first quarter of the year, but it wasn't, because the first quarter of the year, it was just me trying to be productive. It was me just trying to get things done, trying to build momentum. Like, I was trying a whole lot of things, I was experimenting, and then in the second quarter I find myself having to really dig deep. And what I mean by that, it is like I saw my own mistakes. I had to focus on my blind spots and see and try to understand, why is it that I can't get anything, I can't do the things that I want to do in the specific time frame that I've set for myself. Why is it that I can't follow my routines? Why is it that things take longer with myself? And I had to understand that I have to work with my body, not against my body, right? So I had to create a system and a routine that will work for me and my life, and just understand also that I need to rest. Rest is very important for me. Like, I can't do things, right? Like, you see, if you're trying to do something as fast as possible, right, you're gonna end up being burnt out, and then you're gonna find yourself sitting for like three weeks or to a month without doing anything. And I've had to learn that slow progress, it is still progress in some way. And it reminded me of a video that I saw on TikTok, right? Hopefully I'll find that video at some point, but I'll search for the video. So what was happening in the video is that there was like a rabbit, right, and a tortoise, right? So at the start of the race, right, they were racing, right? So at the start of the race, it seemed like, oh, the rabbit will win, but then it didn't, because the rabbit got distracted, right? It was fast for a while, and then it got distracted looking at what other people are saying. Like, it was just distracted, let's just put it like that. But the tortoise was just focused on the race, and it kept on moving slowly and surely, and it ended up winning the race. So it's just to say that slow progress, it is still progress, right? You will get there. Even if you are building brick by brick, you will get there at some point. And sometimes you might feel discouraged when you look at other people and you see how the things that they have accomplished in a month, and you think that, oh, I'm slow, or you feel like you're behind in life, because that happens to most of us. Because the moment you only feel like you're behind in life when you compare yourself to someone else. And comparing yourself to someone else, it's pointless, because you don't have the same goals as that person. We don't see things the same way, right? So the way that I see life it's not the way that they see life. Our goals are different, and our bodies are different. Our bodies respond differently. Our brains are different. We're built differently. So like our input, right, will not be the same, and also the output will not be the same. So why would you expect your end result to look like someone's end result if your input and their input is not the same? So I feel like in some way in life, you are not behind. You are not behind, like, because you're moving at your own pace. And sometimes I get it that, okay, you might feel like you are behind because of the timeline or the time frame that you had, that, oh, by 26 I should be married, by 26 I should have my first car, by 26 I should have my dream apartment, my dream job, by 26 I should have 2 kids and 2 dogs, or whatever it may be. But here you are at 26. I'm even laughing because I'm 26. Okay, by 26, here you are, jobless, and you're still trying to figure out your life. Yeah, it happens. So it's just to say that, like, it's because we have these timelines and we don't understand that you can't control what's on the outside. You can control what's on the inside. You can control the effort that you put in. You can control the skills that you have. You can control your emotions, right? You can control what's within you. You can control yourself, but you can't control how the outside will respond, right? And also, you can't expect to do, like, and also another thing that I feel like one thing that I realized in the past 2 months is that another thing that sets you back, it is you trying to do the one thing that only God can do, right? Instead of focusing on what you should be doing, you're trying to do what God is supposed to be doing, right? So it's like, okay, fine. Let's say, for example, right, I have a YouTube channel, right? And for the past I feel like this year my YouTube channel has been going down. Okay, fine. So here I can see that, okay, things are not going well, engagement is low, everything is low. So now I'm trying to control each and every single thing out there. Like, instead of just focusing on just create the content, be consistent. That's all I can do. But I want to go beyond that. Instead of being consistent with the content, right, what I'm doing now, I'm busy trying to force people to watch. You're sitting there, guys, please watch my videos. Oh, guys, please do this 1, 2, 3. And you're there trying to beg people to watch your content, trying to beg people to engage with your content. You are there trying to watch each and every single tutorial out there about how to, I don't know, how to optimize your video. You're doing all of these things that have nothing to do with you. You're trying to make sure that your video gets to where it's supposed to be. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to optimize your videos, but I'm just saying is that you can't force you can't try to force what's on the outside. You can't try to force people to react to your content the way that you want them to react. And that's how I also feel about this whole thing of me seeing people complaining about this thing of, you guys don't even watch the ads. Oh, you guys don't even watch the videos. You guys don't even like the videos. Oh, you guys are not are not engaging. You guys are not watching. So that's why I decided to sit for 3 months and not create content. I feel like it's unfair. Like, it's unfair to expect people to do that. If they choose not to watch, okay, it's fine. You get it. There's still people who are watching, right? Even if it's just one person who's watching your content, at least there is somebody watching, rather than just trying to control each and every single metric out there that, oh no, you should be watching, you should be doing this. Like, so if you do that and you're trying to force people to do what you want them to do, they will not do it because you force them, not because they want to do it. And that's not sustainable, right? And that's also another thing with myself, is that I've had to learn that I'm trying to build a sustainable, stable life, right? And doing that, it's not going to happen overnight. And doing that, it means that your foundation has to be strong, right? Things might not happen immediately, right? You can't expect that, oh, everything will be done in 2 days and now everything is stable, everything is sustainable. It doesn't happen, doesn't work that way. You need to take the time and the effort to build on what you want, right? Especially if you want something that's sustainable. It takes a while to build something that's sustainable, and which is what I want for my life in general. I want to live a very sustainable life. I want to live a life where I'm just at peace. You get it? And I understand that it takes a whole lot of effort, and it's gonna take a lot of sacrifice. It's gonna take a lot of you understanding that there's certain people that you're gonna have to let go of, there's people that you're gonna have to block, there's certain boundaries that you're gonna have to implement. And also it's just understanding that at the same time people will not respect your boundaries. I feel like that's also another thing that I got to understand, is that some people, they push your boundaries even when they know that they're there, right? They want to push them further, and that's all that they want to do, right? They don't have any respect for you, and there's nothing that you can do. So I've had to learn that also. I'm one person that I feel like we've always been taught this thing of so if you have a problem with someone, or if someone does something, or you need to speak to them, you need to, you know, communicate the situation. I've learned that there's certain people, you trying to communicate about what they've done to you, you are wasting your time, because the person did what they did to you intentionally. They did that knowing what was the intention behind what they were doing, right? And you being offended by what they did, you being hurt by what they did, it means that they did a job well done. That what they wanted to do was actually successful. So that's why, like, I feel like if a situation, you can see that that's how it looks like, I don't waste my time trying to confront you that, oh, you did this and I don't like that. I just block you and move on. That's all I do. I just cut you off and move on. You get it? Because if you're not going to respect my boundaries, then we're going to restrict the access. Simple as that. And it's painful. Like, it's not easy. I'm saying simple as that, but it's not simple, because it's been very hard for me that, okay, you do want to give someone a chance, you care about this person, but then they don't care about you as much as you care about them. And me having to do that, it was very important, because I need me to be at my best. I don't need me to be stressed, right? I don't need me to be sitting there stressed about, oh, this person did that, oh, that person did that. I don't want my energy to be drained by things that won't benefit me in any way in life, right? Because I have goals, I have dreams, there's things that I want to do. So imagine not being able to do what I love because I'm not feeling well. Imagine me not being able to create content because oh no, I'm not feeling well today because someone decided to disrespect me. So I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for my life. So those are some of the things that I had to think of in the past 3 months. And also moving forward in the third quarter, for me, the goal is just to focus on executing, doing more, and just keep on building brick by brick, and eventually I'll get there, right? And also, one thing that I want to do, it is really start to follow, like, not even start, right? Continue to follow all of my routines. And a big part of me following my routines, it means that I have to write things down. So if I write things down, I know that I'm going to do them. If I don't write it down, I'm going to forget about it. So, or even forget about it, I'm not going to be interested in doing it. So I'm someone who needs structure. So that's why I want to make sure that I follow all of my routines. I do things accordingly. Because also another thing that I spoke of was the fact that I've been failing to do my laundry. But I know that it's also unrealistic for me to expect that I'll be able to go home each and every single month to go wash my clothes. It's unrealistic. So I've decided that I'm going to try to make sure that each and every single week, right, I wash something. So I don't have to wash my clothes outside, right? I can just wash them from the bathroom. Just even if, like, it's just half of the dirty clothes, just wash them. But then if I wash weekly, like, weekly clothes are just a few. If I wash weekly, at least I know that I'll make sure that I don't have a lot of laundry. And if it's a lot, but still do it, right? Just do half. Just try to do something, or do it over a period of 2 days, instead of just sitting there expecting that, oh, I'm gonna have to go home again. Like, it's not sustainable. But then I'm just glad that I got the help. So that's why I'm saying that routines for me are gonna be important. And I have a set date that, okay, on a specific day, each and every week I wash. So it's better for me that way. And also one thing that I feel like it's also important, okay, bear with me, I know that this is getting too long. One thing that's also important for me is to have to have a routine that will ensure that my weekends are free. Like, weekends for me, I feel like for me, Saturday and Sunday, I just want to relax. I don't want to do a lot. I want to spend most of the day just relaxing, just doing things that are low stimulating. So my routine has to accommodate that. So Monday to Friday I can do all the high energy stuff. I can create the content. I can create content during the week. It's low energy, but editing, no. Like if I do something, it must be because it's relaxing for me for weekends. So during the week I just focus on things that I feel like they're an obligation. So that's how I'm planning on moving forward in the next quarter, and hopefully I hope that you're also working on your goals on this next quarter. And if you feel like you're behind with your goals and everything, you are not. Just work at your own pace, and sometimes you might want something to happen at a specific time and you might find that it wasn't meant to happen at that specific time, right? Like, let go of this thing of trying to control the timeline, but just control your effort and control what you can do. Make sure that you show up for your goals. Make sure that you are okay mentally. Take care of yourself, rest. Those are the things that you can do. Anything that is outside of that is beyond your control and it's not your problem. Anyway, we've come to the end of the video. Please do ensure that you like, comment, and subscribe until we meet again on the next video.